Hey guys, Crewman here, and I need to do some serious maintenance to this BC250 rig. These fans are way too loud, and I can't afford to have anybody not happy with how loud these things are. And it's too loud for me to even concentrate in my house if I have the door open or anything, because I can hear these in the shed. So while I was at it, I figured I would add M.2s because I finally just need to stop using USBs. And shout out to one of my Discord users who sent me this 3D fan shroud and DM'd me with the fans that I needed. Now these fans were not cheap, but this thing was, you know, it's basically ROI'd itself already. So I'm not upset about it, and it needed to be bought. So without further ado, we're gonna open this up. All right, so you see everything's taken out. Now something interesting, hold on, wanted to show you. This is the fan header right there that you plug it into, which is cool because you can kind of regulate which one is going to control the fan. It looks like these are all connected via this fan right here. So I was told, or via these adapters right here, which is pretty easy, and then there's the on-off switch over here. I'm told I basically have to drill out this right here, right? And I'll have to shop vac it out, but you drill it out, and then they look like they match up perfect. So I just have to put these in right there, and that's it. Obviously it goes the other way because you want, I think it goes this way. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And this top part, I guess you got to take out too, but I don't think I need to drill that on because it's not attached to it. So I just got to Dremel those out, and we're good to go. Okay, so here's basically where we're at. So we're going to rivet this out off camera, and then I'll get everything built, and we will be good to go. One thing I will also be doing off camera is I will be putting M.2s into every one of these. I don't really think you guys need to see that. All right, so you can see here I removed the fan shroud. Sorry, my desk is a mess. Basically, it's not hard, right? But there's three things you need to do. Well, there's four things. First, you need to drill the 4 holes out here. Then you need to get the 6 out down here, right? And then after that, this is the first thing. You need to get the 4 out here. Second, I think the easiest way to do this is to do it on like the floor away from your cards. And then you need to blow this thing really heavily. Blow it, vacuum it, make sure the power supply's out of it when you drill it. Make sure everything's out of it. You don't want to get steel chafings anywhere or anything, all right? So you blow everything out. Then you're going to want to get the screws. I will list the dimensions of the screws you need. I didn't get this kit from the guy who made it. I'm going to find it and put a link down below. It was sent to me by one of the Discord users who is really an awesome guy, and he definitely hooks me up. So I'm going to go ahead and first install these together. They actually get drilled together. So we're going to do that first, or screwed in together. So we're going to do that first. right, so you can see the fans are all in. Let's get them wired up. Things to note. This is the fan controller for the entire fan. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there for the entire rig. So whichever one you plug this into will control all the fan speed. I didn't realize this. I can actually remove this bar to properly wire the fans in. And I think I'm going to do that because it's only 4 screws. And I don't want to have an issue with these fans, especially when I'm not familiar with how strong they are. So we're gonna take, you can tell I'm winging this, and that's all right. All right, now that that's out, it's gonna make it way easier to wire these fans so they don't get messed up. Alright, so you can see right here everything is wired properly. It's not going to move. I was really worried about them clipping the fans or clipping the GPUs. That's not going to happen. Alright, you can basically see the finished product now. The case is ready for the GPUs to get slotted back in. They slide in right here. This fan controller is for whatever GPU you want. I'm going to do GPU 1. The on-off switch is wired up, and this is what it looks like all finished up. On-off switch right there. Everything looks great. So now I'm just going to slide all the GPUs in. They all have, I put M.2s in them now. I'll put an eBay link for those. They were a little bit on the expensive side, but they apparently are Intels and they're pretty durable. I'll put another link to another one that I was sent so you guys can choose which one works best for you. Here it is. Here's the back without the power supplies. Here's the front. My only gripe is the top part of this isn't screwed on, but we'll see if it matters. This is interesting. Okay, so it slides on. So it even has the joints to slide on with the case. So that's good. So to help lock the case in place, that's even better. Here it is. Here's the finished product. What do we think? You might think the video is over. Well, not quite. I made a few mistakes. Keep watching the rest of this video because I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So of course I had a few of these didn't flash properly, and I was just going to shove USB sticks in, but I was like, no, we're going to do it properly. So I had my test area, which is such a blessing to have all of this space. I rigged up, I left my BC250 parts out. Got them on, they work. I'm doing them one at a time. I had 3 that weren't working with the Hive OS flashes, so I'm doing it right, and I'm getting them done. So actually one final good thing that came out of this, besides getting all the SSDs to work, is I'm going to go back into the BIOS of number 1, and I'm going to change the fan speeds because I had them basically killed, and I don't want to have to do that when I'm back in the shed. So I'm just going to have it ready to go. So I'm going to change the fan curve to be back to normal instead of like dead. So we're going to do this now. I'm probably going to actually ramp it up a little bit, and we'll test the sound once everything gets going in the shed. Look, I'm not perfect, but when I'm wrong, I admit it, and I want to share it with everybody. So I had used my own screws. I mentioned briefly that the kit came with screws. I actually reached out to the creator. I found him, and we were going back and forth, and I told him I had a vibrating issue because I guess this wasn't on secure. And I was like, wait a minute, maybe I should try with your screws. And I did, and oh my goodness. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but it's so much sturdier. So I'm going to go ahead and get this back in the shed. I had some serious vibration issues, and I think that will fix it. But as far as cooling went, this thing is fantastic so far. So let's hopefully I have no more issues. I had to reflash some of the cards, but everything is working, and I had to adjust some of the miners. Learned a lot on the BC250s today, but let's go get this deployed in the shed. Quick warning, I am going to be going to the volume of the shed so you can hear how loud these BC250s actually aren't anymore. This is your final warning. Here we go. 250 rig is up. I normally don't have sound, and I gave you a big spoiler, but listen. My hand's on the mic, see it, listen. As you can hear, there's no high-pitched wheeze, and it just fades into the background. And the temperatures on this thing, yesterday when it was hot, they were about 55 to 60 degrees, and I have those fans running at about 30 degrees. Now, there is a little bit of vibration. I'm gonna try to put the mic on and see if you can hear it. Never mind, the vibration isn't here. But as the fans ramp up, there is a little bit of vibration. And as you can hear, it's incredibly not loud anymore. So taking this BC250 fan shroud from this to this is not the easiest thing in the world. I think the lack of documentation didn't help me or do me any favors. But I will say that once I got a hold of the gentleman, it was a lot easier, and I'm sure he has documentation or has a guide on his Discord. You can DM him for pricing. I don't have any pricing. All I have is his username. That's how he works. He did not give me this shroud, but I do think we will be working together in the future, so keep that in mind. Anyway, the overall cost for me was about $100 plus the wasted screws, which I won't add in. So about $100 for the fans, and what you will have to pay is $100 plus whatever the fan shroud costs. But I think it is well worth it, as it allows you to take the BC250s and you can actually mine with them in your house. I'll put my review down below where you can hear how loud it is, but if you just want to hear a quick comparison, let me show you. This is what it sounds like before I updated the fan shroud. Now, this is going to be really, really loud and obnoxious, so I just want to prepare you. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Compare that with this. So that is basically the difference of being able to use this in a home mining environment where you can put this in your garage or wherever you want to put it, and not being able to, which opens up a lot of possibilities for the BC250. Essentially, once you add in the cost of the fan shroud, the SSDs, and the Ethernet cables you'll need, this thing will run you around the cost of a 4080 Ti Super. I would say probably around $800 to $825 all in, once you get everything set up. And you really can't beat that for basically a 12 CPU and a 12 GPU mining farm. It is an incredibly low risk, even if it has a high learning curve and it's a giant pain in the rear. So this fan shroud definitely kind of changes my opinion on the BC250s. And I think what I'll do is I'll probably do like a re-review probably in the next month or so to give you my final thoughts on it. So thank you for watching this video. Please take a look at my links down below for the miner, the fans, everything, anything you need. Again, please like and subscribe for more CPU, GPU, BC250 content. Crewman out.